Hey folks, going to resume work on this commission piece since my last work bout got cut short by a phone call. Who knows if this one's going to get cut short by a phone call or an Uber Eats call. I'm just going to play it by ear, but just going to keep moving. I did a little work on a 1-minute video that got interrupted by Uber, so I'm not going to upload that one, but we're just going to continue here with the work. Try to get that form right on each of these characters. Notice the neck here could move a little bit forward, so I'm going to move her head forward. And I mentioned how I was watching an artist time-lapse who he did 5 passes. And I'm on my first one here. I'm giving myself a time limit of about 5.5 hours, so I definitely don't have time for that many passes, but it showed me that I shouldn't be afraid to really refine the line art as much as possible to get a good result. So I tend to stop myself at 2 or 3 passes. 4 is a bit, I always felt like 4 is a bit much. I didn't need that and I'll get a good result. But after seeing that artist really focus on refining his work, it just kind of encouraged me. It's like, okay, don't be afraid to just get it right. Because sometimes it feels like if I do one pass of line art, then I'm like wasting work, like if it looks good, because I'm covering it up. But every pass of line art can get closer and closer in the detail, more detailed, basically, more, I don't know what the word is, more intricate. So I'm not going to be afraid of that. Right now I'm just trying to get the form of the body. I'm going to do a small torso here, get that rib cage in there, center line of the stomach, and just kind of intuitively using my eraser as I go. I widen these hips a little bit, not too wide though. I want to make sure I get a nice corner on where I think the greater trochanter is. So I don't remember what the name is, posterior iliac crest. I don't remember if it's anterior. I think anterior iliac crest is like up here, and then the greater trochanter is like actually a little bit lower, like down here, and then a layer of fat. But these characters are pretty slender according to the VTube models right there, so I don't want to make them too much fat distribution on the bodies. So we'll do it that way. And yeah, it's kind of nice just letting my pencil move. I might start getting some clothes in here, but let's do her chest. Maybe it's pretty small, so just a little bit right there, and then get a line for that. We're not really going to see too much of the chest because she has a coat that goes over. Let's bring her neck forward, coat right here, and then it comes over here as a long sleeve that gets a little bit wider. So yeah, I think the form of her face is pretty good, but let's actually get her face in there. I mean, the form of her body is pretty good, so let's get her face in there. Okay. I have these 2 on the side here for the HB pencil, 2 markers. This one is up for sketching, and this one is for like more detailed sketching. Who knows? I might even go with HB pencil for the whole thing, but instead of Opus Inker. But I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You can really see that angle of the face right there. So we'll keep these cheeks, I guess, kind of fatty, and just simple anime. Let's get a smile here. Big eyes, I guess. I usually do a line for me to place the eyes, and then I do the eyelashes after that, and then eyebrows. She has this expression. It's kind of like a worried expression. I don't want to carry that too much since she's going to be in like an active fighting pose, but maybe concerned. I don't know. Since it's an active fighting pose, I want to get them both excited. Okay. Since the mouth is open, I think I'm going to bring the chin down a little bit. Again, just intuitively using that eraser. I normally don't do this, but I really like using the soft airbrush as an eraser. It's makes it so that I'm not like completely erasing my lines, and I can still see them and make the adjustment. Where's the ear? Let's find a place for the ear. Maybe right there. It's good enough. The head is tilting this way, so we get more cranium up here. Forehead here. Let's get a round forehead. And then we'll bring more cranium back there. I'm not sure how high the ear will be. Maybe a little lower, I'm not sure. And I think the body looks good already, so we can go ahead and start doing the clothes and hair. So what does her hair look like? I'm gonna actually bring the reference layer. Actually, let's just do this. Just really briefly, let's put this up here. Are those ears? Okay, those are ears. Yeah, so there are ears. Little like mouse ears, it looks like. Yeah. I'll actually just make a copy of this. And I'll bring that other one down back into this one. So I have two ways of looking at it. I can look at it with less opacity, and then I can just look at it on top like that. So. Since she has ears, I kind of want to accentuate them, so... Or not accentuate, but emphasize that they're there. So I might just bring her body down a little bit. So she will have the ears visible. And with a new squeeze function, I'm going to flip horizontally. Sometimes I catch things that are pretty glaring when I flip. And I already did. So her face looked kind of flattened. So I'm going to use that horizontal flip to find mistakes. Because for some reason, when I'm in normal view, I just can't see all the mistakes that would be glaring to me otherwise. It's pretty weird, honestly, how that works. Something's wrong with my perception, I guess. Okay, let's get a hand over here. Don't want to shy away from the anatomy. Let's just draw a hand. I've drawn many hands. I don't know why I always kind of skip them in the sketch, but let's just do our hand. Nice small hand. Looks like she's wearing fingerless gloves. So here we'll just have an open hand. So I'm just gonna erase it lightly. Just keep illustrating that hand. Thumb maybe just right down there. Don't want to worry too much about the anatomy here, just getting the general position of the fingers. Let's maybe bring this down a little bit. Pinky smaller. I think that's okay. Maybe we'll bring the fingers up a little bit more, get it a little bit more dynamic. Just a little bit. That might have been too high though. I think I'll move these two fingers down. Yeah, a little bit better. I think the pinky's a bit too far. Very nice to have selection tool to easily move things around. If I was doing this on a piece of paper, I would have to like erase and adjust and erase and adjust. So it's interesting because with digital art, sometimes things look a little bit too robotic, a little bit too flat. So I use tools that kind of make my strokes look traditional, like the HP pencil and my custom ink brush. But while still being able to take advantage of digital's advantage over traditional, where you can do stuff like use selections and color options and whatever. But of course, if you do have a foundation in traditional art, you understand the limitations, and those limitations can make you better as an artist. Especially, I mean, I really respect people who paint professionally, because I'm so bad at picking colors, and I always use like hue and saturation, color balance, multiply and overlay tools. It's like I'm using kind of the cheat codes of digital art. but the masters of painting are able to just pick those colors. Or are they? I don't know. I'm sure everyone back in those days had some shortcuts too, but I guess the highest level masters might have had some mastery over paint mixing and trying to find that right color. But hey, you know what? Maybe I can see it this way. Maybe using those layer options and knowing how they work is a type of paint mixing. It's just that experimentation of the process. So not going to knock digital art as being inferior ever. Obviously it has tools that you can achieve. Obviously you're not working with like real oils and lead and charcoal and stuff like that, but and you have to kind of print these out if you want to make something concrete out of them, or you can make them NFTs, I guess. I don't know. I guess this looks kind of okay. Gonna try to get the angle of her pelvis here. And make sure I'm extending them outward the right amount. And then here, waist, chest, rib cage. Don't want to think too much about the anatomy. Okay, where's that hand? Where's this hand? I think this hand is a little bit too close to the arm. I think the palm might extend out a little bit more. I should actually really draw the palm first. The box of the palm. Get the hand. I might bring this palm up a little bit. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Something like that. How's that shape of the head look? We're gonna bring this, okay, so we're gonna start her hair way up on her head. Get a nice big forehead there. Let's bring some of this hair down. And then let's mirror again. Oh, you know what? I can do it with squeeze. I'm really thankful that, you know what? I wonder if I can change the options in the quick menu. Let's see. Gesture controls, help, preferences. It would be here in preferences, I think. I wonder if quick menu, I wonder. Maybe not. Preferences. Dynamic brushing and project canvas. What is project canvas? Connect the second AirPlay cable to projector. Oh, I see. Okay. Brush cursor. What does that mean? Oh, that's nice. Get a position on it. I've never really used those. Show while painting. I don't want to show while painting. Show while hovering. Apple Pencil hover. Brush outline style per brush. Yeah, but definitely per brush. I want to keep it per brush. Okay, that's interesting. So you can see where I'm hovering. This is good for YouTube, I think, so you can kind of see where my pencil is when I'm not touching it. And yeah, maybe some guidance on where my pencil's gonna fall. Yeah, I'll keep this and use it for a while. Let's see. Because this is definitely not something that I would have on like a Wacom tablet. I don't know if there was hover. I don't think there was hover on it. What about the quick menu? Hovering with Apple Pencil and finger touch, adjust brush opacity and pinch zoom, adjust brush size. Huh. I don't know about that. Finger smudge, Apple Pencil smudge. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really played with all of the Procreate options. Here's a quick menu. Okay. Customize quick menu. Apple Pencil squeeze. Oh, this is just choosing which gesture will create the quick menu, but I don't know if I can customize the actual quick menu itself. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. It's kind of jarring a little bit to see that cursor, but we'll get used to it. Okay, let's start on the other character to just get them both in there. Here I see that we have face plane right over here. Get a nice cheek. With anime characters, the head will like widen as we go up the eyes. It's like basically a triangle. So I don't want to stray too far from what comes natural to me, because I do know, I mean, the anatomy of like jawlines is not quite like this. Okay, so we'll just go with that. And then, do we want her looking forward or slightly to the left? I think we want her looking slightly to the left. This character seems to have more eyelash. The angle of the head I feel like would look better if it was angled up. This commissioner, the person who requested this, usually really trusts my artwork, so I didn't know if I wanted to have this character looking at the computer or looking at the opponent, but I think the piece is a lot more dynamic if she's looking at the opponent. Those eyes are looking a little weird, so I'm just going to start over on them. And because of the face angles changing, I think her chin would move forward a little bit. And then we would have some here. And then let's find the torso real quick. Notice my strokes are just really fast. And I'm sure when I do... Oh, I'm getting a phone call, so I'm going to pause. I got to take this call. See you guys later. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.